Make chocolate chip cookies with me while I tell you guys how I got into cooking. And chocolate chip cookies were the first recipe that I ever made, so it fits the video. So for a timeline, I'm 22 years old right now. So backstory is I wasn't the best student, terrible grades like C, D's, and F's. I was just a bad kid. I had behavioral issues. Ever since elementary school, I was flipping my card from green to red pretty much every day. Always getting kicked out of class, and it continued through high school. I meant to put this in here, hold on. Switch. So our public school system, it has this tech school, which is pretty much a trade school for high schoolers. I forgot to mention I was finally diagnosed with a learning disability my freshman year, so we figured out why I just couldn't learn. I wasn't stupid, I just couldn't comprehend things like a regular person. So back to this trade school. They had everything you could think of. Cosmetology, nursing, welding, culinary. So I went my sophomore year to shadow to see if there was anything I wanted to do my junior year. And I shadowed cosmetology because I wanted to learn how to do my nails. But I found it was more like hair-based, and that was a no for me. I don't like touching other people's hair. I think it's disgusting. So as I'm walking out of the classroom, I smell food from down the hallway from the culinary program. And I found out if you shadow for the culinary program, you miss 2 hours of school, and then you also get to eat. That was a win for me because I hated school. So I went and shadowed for culinary, and I absolutely loved it. I went the day they were doing a catering, and I fell in love with the fast-paced and like high-stress environment for some reason. So I applied for the program. I would be enrolling for the next year, my junior year. And I fell in love with it. It was something I was finally good at. I was never good at anything. And I wasn't even the best in the class. I think it was more of, I finally understood something. And then me finally like understanding stuff, it changed my grades in my other classes. I started getting A's and B's, and I wasn't having like as much behavioral issues. And my teachers and my principals and my coaches, like they even saw a huge improvement. Like I had a guidance counselor for the trouble kids. Like that was me. So then I graduate high school, 2020, so I didn't get a graduation. And I went to actual culinary school. I went to community college culinary school because I couldn't afford the big ones. So while I'm in culinary school, I'm working in restaurants as a line cook. I've worked in about 5 restaurants, all the way from like quick service to fine dining. And I was working there as a line cook, which is why I don't consider myself a professional chef at all. I think that term gets used really loosely nowadays, but that's why I love doing pop-ups. I was the only female line cook at 19 years old with a bunch of old-ass men in the back, so just a 19-year-old. So you can imagine the disrespect that I got. So while I'm in restaurants, I'm cooking on TikTok. How I got started on TikTok is a whole nother story. And then 3 months after graduating culinary school, I went on Next Level Chef. So I'm a fresh 21-year-old and freshly out of culinary school cooking for Gordon Ramsay. I gave up a really big culinary externship to go on the show, so I used the show as my externship, which is why I always grab proteins I didn't know how to make on the show because I had 3 amazing chefs in front of me teaching me how to make it. And I did pretty good. I got top 8 out of 18, being the youngest female chef there. And now here I am. I have a lot of shit going on that I'm forever grateful for. It's been fun. When you guys comment how like I actually teach you, it's a big compliment for me because I was never able to be taught. Look at my beautiful cookies.